pulls up, three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good! Wins the game at the buzzer!
Man, how'd you like the Colorado Rockies State, bro? I was supposed to be there the time me and you met up, but I got scared because people was
Oh,
like, oh, don't go by yourself and shit.
go by yourself. Like,
Bro, like
I say,
they was just nervous, bro. They was like, bro, well, we had a bad reputation in the schoolhouse when we were reclassing. So they were like, "Oh, I don't know if we want LaFau out there with Washington and doing all." I was like, "Whatever." So I just played the role and just stayed in my room with my PS5.
no, the stadium beautiful though. I mean, they had a
It's
whole
gorgeous.
like trees and waterfall in the stadium. Like the hell?
yeah,
Bro,
it's nice.
every time, bro, baseball stadiums are where you want to go. They're all unique. Like every time I play MLB The Show, when I play Atlanta, you always see that big ass Chick-fil-A sign out there in the right field. They got like every stadium is dope as fuck. Like Toronto, they got fucking hotels that you can watch
Yeah,
out of the hotel windows. That's fucking
it's because
wild.
they know. It's because they
Yeah,
know
you
it's
seen
like
like yeah.
you gotta make it entertaining. Because baseball kind of it be dry. It be dry like during the early innings and shit.
They
Yeah.
yeah, they I mean just like the smell, like the fact that you can smell like hot dogs and stuff, it kind of gives it like a different like
Yeah,
environment. You can smell the barbecue. Like I said, even like in Denver, you can see people like trying to watch the game from their apartments. Like how they built the stadium. It's just yeah, it's different. I mean, it's baseball, but they do try to speed the game up for sure. They got shot
Oh,
clocks now.
they got a pitch clock now. 30 seconds.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's not I was just there when the Heat versus the Celtics was in game 7. So we literally everybody in the stadium literally watching the basketball game at the baseball game.
Mm-hmm.
Came for
Yeah.
the grub. Hey, but what's the experience? Like, I know you get to go to the Denver Nuggets game tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God,
Hey,
you gonna wear that big ass fucking sign behind you,
Or the hat or the
bro? This motherfucker. I
the
saw the
big, the
picture
big,
on.
the fat head there. Yeah.
the
Oh
big
shit,
Nuggets hat. No.
bro. Hey, they had this. I don't know where you got that from, but the person that was selling it isn't from New Era. And you know, like when baseball players do celebrations for home runs,
The
uh,
bobblehead. It's the bobblehead thing.
yeah,
The
but
bobble
I forgot
yeah.
what team. I think it was Atlanta or one of the teams had the hat, and they got banned because New Era doesn't make that hat. It's like y'all can't use that hat no more.
I
But,
I bought this hat from the Nugget Stadium.
Oh shit, that's
yeah,
crazy.
they
Like
probably
you
got
could
time
like I
for
literally
it.
like if I just go to the stadium, you just go to that team store, they sell all like the gear. So like I just like all right, cool. You go and you literally go anytime
That's fucking
and just
fire.
buy Nuggets gear if you want. So
Speaking of the Denver Nuggets, here we are right now on the Celtics Flex podcast talking the Pro Hop with my boy Thorn. I don't know where he at. He's somewhere in the East Coast. And my boy Walker, aka Chicago Nuggets. We got my boy out here. We're talking basketball. The finals are here. Game 1's done. A very good game for Denver for sure. And he already got the hat on and everything. What's your opinions right now? Go ahead, Walker. You can start it off. I want the opinion of how'd you see the first game going and what you seen out there.
Nuggets are the best team in the NBA. They got the best player in the NBA. Miami, and we're gonna talk about it, but like I'm not trying to hate on this team. They made it to the finals. They deserve to be there, but they had a lot of help on the way. And we're gonna talk about Jimmy Butler. He cool, but like I just really don't see this series being a real extended series. If for Miami to make this a Denver gonna have to mess up. That's just how I feel about it. I'll let y'all speak on it, but it, it's a reason I didn't want the Nuggets to play Boston. As much as flaws as Boston has, they have the ability to be on that level. So I don't think it's much like they just outmatched. Like I just don't see a strategy that Miami can implement that's gonna stop this team.
Yeah, I agree. It just seemed like Miami just don't got enough, man. When they get to shooting like that, it just seemed like it's I mean, can't nobody really deal with it. Like Jokic he don't gotta give you a performance. Everybody spread out, they can 5 out, you know what I mean? And then he stand up in that little around that free throw line, they get a pick and roll, or he drive and kick, and they hitting them shots. You got Bruce Brown, he hitting everything. You got fucking Jamal Murray hitting everything. Jamal Murray feel like he's starting to get in his bag a little bit more now. So it's like, I don't think you can't contest on nobody, but you can't double anybody. But you got to do something. I mean, they can't do it, I don't think, man. And then how they've been succeeding, it just don't seem like what Miami needs to do to succeed is gonna work. And then and Jimmy been playing, it just don't seem like it's gonna be enough, man. I just feel like he ain't gonna be able to get them bait calls like he usually do, and he ain't getting in the paint like that. And they got the perimeter defense, they got the shooting. I don't say it going more than 5, but we'll see, man.
And this might not make sense, but it makes sense in my head. But the difference between the two teams is when it comes to like teams trying to adjust, you can play tall ball or small ball, right? Denver Nuggets is a tall, small ball team, if that makes sense. Like you cannot. Jokic is the problem. Jamal Murray is a problem. The key to this whole game is really those two, MPJ and Aaron Gordon. Those two at 6'8", 6'10", and they can box you out and rebound. They can defend and they can fly it. But someone told me like, oh, why aren't y'all playing Kevin Love to mismatch this? It's like y'all not understanding. Yeah, he can stretch the floor, but is he gonna chase down MPJ or fucking Aaron Gordon down? 'Cause as soon as they get the ball, it's not rebounds for the Denver Nuggets. They're already flying. Whoever doesn't have the ball, the other four are flying down the court. And that to me is the difference is there's no way that Miami plays small ball because if you play small ball, these guys can play that in tall like height, and it's the difference to me. I know that like was talking about this since day one for the playoffs is like this is the best team. My team was there, your team was there, so we were rooting for our team, and then I was gonna stick to my guns with my Celtics pick. I always fuck up with my Celtics pick. But it's actually true. Like when you look at this team, bro, the smallest person on the starting five is Jamal Murray at 6'4". Then you have 6'5", 6'8", 6'10", 6'11". And then you think about the people coming out for them, then there's no one under 6'3". Everybody can fly on this team. That's the difference that I see. And then of course, Jokic being I think when Jokic didn't win his third MVP, in my head, I'm like, yeah, he's looking for another MVP right now. So I don't know. The Miami Heat, they can squeak one maybe, if that, and it's not because they're good. It was probably because Denver had a bad game. But I just see this. It's a wrap. Congrats, Denver. Walk's gonna be at a fucking parade this year. You know what I'm saying?
You already getting the parade ready.
Yeah, he got
Damn
all
right,
that.
already parade ready.
What's the topics that you really want to talk about, Walker? That push for this podcast because I know you're the one that wanted this.
Nah, it's just that I know basketball to me is like a lot of narrative. Like beginning of the season, who better, Joker and Embiid, and I'm like, I've never seen the comparison. I don't think it's close. And even when we talk about this Heat team how they got here, and it's like, and we can talk about Boston. Heat beat the Bucks in 5 games. I don't believe if anybody now they won fair and square. I'm not taking nothing away from them, but the facts are the facts. Giannis missed 2.5 games. I don't think if they play right now again, everybody healthy, I feel like the Bucks will win. Then y'all beat the Knicks. Cool, y'all beat the Knicks. Like I give y'all that. I thought Knicks was on. I picked Knicks in 7. Y'all end up winning. Then y'all go against the Celtics. Y'all go up 3-0. Amazing feat, but you need 4 win. You need 4 to win the series. Y'all went up 3-0. Y'all won 3 straight. Boston won 3 straight. Boston started playing like Boston. And then game 7, Tatum gets hurt first play of the game. Brown, worst handles in the NBA. He got worse handles than Westbrook. Like, I'm sorry. Like, the man dribbling off his foot and everything like that. And it's just like with this whole narrative about Jimmy Butler, people people will call me a Jimmy hater because I'm saying like, bro, y'all call him Jimmy Butler and all this stuff like that and playoff Jimmy. And this is my thing. He's getting called playoff Jimmy because he's so mediocre in the regular season. So when you go from averaging 21 points a game in a regular season, and now you bump it up to 27, we see that gap. We see the difference. But when you're somebody like a Steph Curry, I even throw Trae Young in there since you're in here. A Steph Curry, a Trae Young, a LeBron, a Giannis, who are averaging 25 plus consistently, and they pretty much have that same performance, or they do a little bit worse in the playoffs. We don't praise them much because we're used. They have that consistency throughout the year. They built that up. Jimmy Butler just goes from mediocre to really good. So now we're looking at him as a different lens. But we keep in the buck. He's a tier 2 player because he doesn't get the criticism of a Tatum. He doesn't get the criticism of a Jokic or LeBron. Game 1, Jimmy Butler had what, 14 points? Let LeBron James have 14 points in a playoff game. We're killing him.
Yeah.
Tatum, we're killing him. We killed him. We killed Tatum. But Jimmy Butler gets away with it because he has that little engine that could syndrome. Oh, you're not supposed to be here. You're the AC. So when you do play bad, we're not going to knock you because we don't expect you to be here. But when you play good, we start saying stuff like, well, Jimmy Butler's a top player in the NBA. And I'm like, y'all giving a lot of praise to somebody who's never won.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't like when people say, well, he went to the finals. Okay, he lost in 6.
I really
like
wish,
I said, Jimmy
before
Butler
you
is
keep
not
going, I
good
really
enough
wish
to
those
lead a
Miami
team.
Heat
He's
fans
not
can.
good enough. He's not good enough to lead a team to the finals. It's the main player, and it's just coming. Boston let Atlanta get 2 games off of him. Boston wins 7 games against Philly.
Yeah.
So Boston isn't known to do this. This is what Boston does. But Joker, the best player in the NBA, it ain't close. That's my opinion on that, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's showing that they might have got it wrong with the MVP. I never like how Embiid play. I mean, I seen the numbers, and the numbers look crazy, but it's just like watching him play. It just seems so wild, seeing about 7'1", 290 just flopping on the floor all the game, man. Like and reaching for it too. Like it just shooting 3 step backs. It look cool. It sound good, but like you the biggest man on the floor, like in every way. Like. And you over here acting like you trying to get these calls, you doing cartwheels. You hurt your knee every playoffs because you're trying to flop so hard. And just like, I don't know, man. But yeah, when Jokic get to being a facilitator, I think that's when you see them as the number 1 seed that they are and the best team in the league right now. I think him scoring is great and legendary and all that. But when he be facilitating and he get you a cool little 20 and like 15, but he got like he doing, point guard number assists. I don't think they can. I think they always going to be the best team in the league if they continue to play defense. But I kind of noticed that they kind of like they finish a little slow, but they be up so big, like the team don't got enough time to get back. So it's like, but they do kind of slack off towards like the end of the game. But I think Miami's best bet is to always get Jokic and try to get him in foul trouble or something. Man,
That's it.
That's the only thing they could do for real. Because man, I don't know who gonna come in and make the difference. Like, it was DeAndre Jordan their number 2, or I don't even know who their number 2 center is, but
DeAndre. Yeah. But the thing is, they got DeAndre Jordan on the bench. They got Brian on the bench. The Lakers got.
Yeah.
These dudes don't get no. Even if Jokic gets in foul trouble, they get no tick. They don't play because they're gonna take Bruce Brown off. They're gonna take Bruce Brown off the bench. They're gonna take the other Brown, white boy Brown, off the bench. Mm-hmm. They're gonna play. They play Jeff Green at the 4 and put Aaron Gordon at the center before they put DeAndre Jordan in the game.
Right.
Yeah. Because just and Jokic, he's smart. So like that, and that's the thing. Like that's the thing. Like, well, Embiid better or this player better because they're better defenders. And I'm like, all right. Like at the end of the day, the NBA this is a switch heavy NBA. So the Celtics did it. The Celtics do a switch. They got Tatum on Embiid. Embiid's a center. He can't guard Tatum. So like this whole who is Embiid really locking up? I don't even think he made all defensive team for all his defense people talk about. So he's not like he's a rim protector. He's gonna block the rim. He does the more flashy stuff. But what Jokic does, Jokic will let you go right past him. I think that game plan was let Bam score as many points as he wants. Bam shot the most shots in his career game 1.
In game 1, yeah.
Had 25 shot attempts, had 26 points. Jokic still had more points than him. And he he only took 5 shots up until the 4th quarter. We was going to the 4th quarter, Jokic only took 5 shots. And he was the most dominant player on the court. So he's gonna let you get your layup, but if you miss that layup, guess who's getting the rebound? Jokic, because he's probably the best rebounder in the NBA, and he's going to push it. That big slow dude, it looked funny. He be trying his
Yeah.
to push that ball up the court.
Out of shape magic, what they call him. No, just playing. Out of shape magic going down the court. I don't know what you do. But
Yeah, it's
that's
crazy though.
So
Like what you said, Thorne. What you really brought up too is Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals. We're in the chat, and I text like, "Damn, I was surprised that 5 points is all Jokic had." And walk what you say, and we don't need him to score, right? We don't need him to score. And what happened is he ends up with a huge silent 20, and all the other rest of the people was doing well. Why? Because what you said, he facilitates. These European players, bro, when they come in, this is what I was telling people. Is like the difference between America and European players is the Europeans are teaching you every skill of the basketball thing. Whereas, oh, you're 6'10", you're only going to learn how to post. That's it. You're not going to learn how to dribble. You're not going to learn how to shoot. Just learn how to post. That's the difference between why you see a lot of these Europeans coming in knowing how to shoot, knowing how to facilitate, knowing how to do all this stuff because they're taught every skill of basketball. And America is just catching up to that. Like I noticed, I watched the AAU practice, and they're starting to let everybody do that, but they're behind the curve because these Europeans been doing that shit since the early 2000s with Dirk and them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well,
Like,
they let them play real basketball. I mean, I think we kind of. I think in myself included. That's why it was so hard for people to see Jokic get these MVPs. Was like everybody's so hype on the athleticism and the dunks and the catch a body and all of that. You know what I mean? So it's like it's hard to. Everybody's trying to having to swallow that pill. Like you could be the best athlete, but that's you only got a few years. You only got a few years of
don't
that.
mean nothing.
yeah,
You only got to look at
Because it's
Westbrook.
like if I dribble 100 times, cross 3 people up, do a spin move and a dunk, bro, 2 points.
It's still 2
yeah.
points.
Is this
Yeah.
it? If
Yeah.
I just do a simple layup, 2 points. So why am I wasting all this energy? So it's just like, and if you think the 2 best players on the Nuggets are not from America. Jamal
Right.
Murray is Canadian.
Yeah,
So he, and then he went to a great program in Kentucky. Kentucky, somewhere in that Kentucky water. But it's just fundamental basketball. And I think Jokic had a quote like, bro, like, my biggest gift in basketball is my brain.
Right.
I don't need to jump. I don't need to be faster than you. I don't need to jump higher than you. I don't need to do any of that. I'm going to help my teammates win. I'm going to pass. I'm going to take what the defense gives me. I'm not going to try. And I think that's what makes this dude so special.
Yeah.
Is because when people are like, oh, how are we going to shut him down? Well, he can score. He's the most efficient player in the NBA. To me, he's the best passer in the NBA. He's one of the top 2 best rebounders. And his defense is not as bad as the media makes it seem because he's 7 feet. He's big. He's 7 foot tall. So I just don't like. In my opinion, he's number 1. If you're gonna say number 2, only people I'm accepting is maybe Giannis and Steph Curry. So
right now, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to disagree. I mean, if you disagree, you got to just be reaching, or that's your guy type deal. You know what I mean? But
he just gonna make Jokic is about to make a whole bunch of big men work on their skills.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that old Kevin Love, like Minnesota Kevin Love. Like it's the next echelon of what that was. I feel like Kevin Love was like he was more of a I guess he was body a little more. This is kind of like what we saying. He on a whole nother level though. Jokic is, but
the only difference I see between them two is I never saw much of Kevin Love ball handling or just being the ball dominant play, not ball dominant, but like having the ball in his hand for the most part. A lot of his buckets came from stopping right there to the corner or his rebounding skills. I never saw him do what Jokic does as far as rebounding. Fucking, he's the one pushing the break. You know what I'm saying? That's the only difference I see. But I see what you're saying, though.
We've never seen this. We've never seen what Jokic is doing. We've never seen by anybody in history.
Right. Right. And that's the crazy part because I remember they were talking about it. I don't know what it was. It was in the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers, but I was watching him against the Suns. But they brought it up, and I was like, I noticed. I was like, dude, the year he got drafted in the second round, bro, he was this fat ass Serbian that came in, right? No, and at one point, like I forgot who said it. It was either it was you, Thorn. It was either Nurkic or Jokic when it came to those two when they were young. And
Yeah.
fast forward to what he is now, and I'm looking like, dude, and it's that Denver atmosphere, bro, that fucking altitude. This motherfucker is up and down. It don't matter how slow he is. He starts the ball gets in his hand. Boom, he's gone. He's fucking
Yeah.
gone, and that's the difference. You're not gonna see a lot of centers doing that. They're
They
trying to find their
compliment
But
point
he
him.
guard
They
does.
to
compliment him
pass
well
it.
around.
But he's when I say he's playing chess, like when he took the ball from the Suns owner and they got into it, that was because he was trying to get the ball to pass it in. So
Yeah.
Jokic does like he's trying to get the ball, like your defense not set up, and he trying to hurry up and take the ball out.
Right,
Like just
it's
watch him.
easy.
He be doing this to the ref, like, yo, hurry up and give me the ball so we can get this rolling. Or he'd do stuff like the shave off time on the clock, because you know if you score, the clock is still going. Jokic would take his time and let time run off the clock sometimes. So he's playing chess. And another thing Oos always talks about, ownership. Ownership and management with the stuff that we don't see. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell people this. The owner of the Denver Nuggets is German. So it's probably he got that European overseas. So he probably seen something in Jokic. His wife is the Walton family. It's part of Walmart, the Walton family who owns the Denver Broncos.
Mm,
Kroenke is the owner of the Denver Nuggets and the Colorado Avalanche. But he's married to the Walmart family. He
damn.
also owns the Los Angeles Rams, who won the title, the Avalanche, who won the title last year, and now they're going for the Denver Nuggets. So his family, between the Walmart family, literally owns every professional team in Colorado, except for the Rockies, who are about to be up for sale, and they're gonna buy them too.
They're for sure gonna buy them. For sure
Mhm.
gonna buy them. That's easy money right there. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy. I didn't even
like,
know that.
Yeah.
yeah, so like that win that they own like the little MLS team, the soccer team, and they own literally every team except for the Rockies between that family. So they're about winning. Jokic is to me the perfect star because he's Tim Duncan like in personality.
Oh, that's
The
a
dude
good
don't care
comparison.
about nothing.
Yeah.
He just wanna. I don't think basketball is his first love. This dude like riding horses.
Yeah. Yeah. He be on the rant. He be in the barn and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's he has no social media.
Yeah.
He just wants to play basketball, hang out with his daughter and his wife. He wears his wedding ring on his shoes every game. Like he's
Yeah.
humble, and he's
Yeah.
like, all right, bro, like I just want to hoop. So,
Hey man, let's talk
um,
about this. Let's talk about the MVP race. I know. I've always talked about these awards, and I never like these awards because it's media voted. It's not really like your numbers is doing all the whatever, right? It's chosen by people, and I didn't like this. I felt like Jokic did not win it only because LeBron's never had three-peats on an MVP. Jordan never three-peated on an MVP. So why make this guy do it? And that's how I felt about it. I felt it was politics for that reason. And you give it to Embiid. To me, Embiid wasn't even there game one against the Celtics, right? And they whooped the Celtics ass. And then he comes back the next game and they lose. And that was all I needed to know how valuable Embiid is. I never was a fan of Embiid because y'all know the best ability is what? Availability. And he's always freaking hurt. Jokic, on the other thing, is really not like that. I just didn't like the fact that they gave Embiid this MVP, and to me, the only reason why they did is because they didn't want Jokic to three-peat, who should have well deserved. He should have deserved that. Again,
Yeah.
you're the first. First of all, he's the number one seed in the Western Conference, right? To Embiid's third seed. Again, the Eastern Conference was well stacked. They were a well better conference this year. At the same time, it's like, well, yeah, we could debate that, but to me, it was
yeah, I would
wide. It
debate
was
that.
yeah, it was more wide open in the West for me. But to me, it's like Embiid, bro. You're the third seed. You still had James Harden on your team, right? I'm just thinking like, how do you guys get this wrong? But again, it was politics to me, in my opinion. I don't know about y'all. How y'all feel
Yeah, it
about
I
wouldn't
it?
be
know
the
how they
first
got it
time.
wrong. I know how
Yeah,
they got it wrong.
yeah, we know.
When 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 I used to hear people talk, especially media people and just people I know, when we talk about the MVP race, when they start the conversation, well, Jokic, they bring up the last 2 years to say why they're voting for Embiid. So like, are y'all voting for Embiid because Jokic won it 2 years in a row, or they'll say Embiid came second place 2 years in a row, so this is his time. It was like, bro, it don't matter who time it is. If you're supposed to win, you're supposed to win. And what are y'all looking at? And that's my thing. And a lot of stuff I think people never watch Jokic truly play. We're
Yeah,
gonna keep it a bean. They didn't watch him play because they would say, well, Embiid got better defense and he scored more points. Okay, you're looking at stats. Embiid does score more points than Jokic. He also takes more shots. He's also not as efficient. Half his points also come off of free throws. And we talk about everything that Jokic has to do. I just don't see how you're saying he's the MVP over, and excuse my language, I call Joel Embiid's MVP war the here nigga damn war. You've
yeah,
been crying. You've been crying for years. We finally give it to you. And then what really set me off, 80% of the year, everybody was saying Joker MVP, Joker MVP. When they play in Philly, Embiid got the best of Joker. I give him that. Now I'm not gonna make no excuse. Look at the tape. That was Joker's first game back from injury. No issue. Whatever. But I'm saying, okay, Joker has his chance to go against Embiid to get his get back. What does Embiid do? Sits out. And then claims he doesn't care about the MVP award. It's not that important to him. And then you got people on the internet like Kendrick Perkins who tried to make the case that Joker stat pads. This is the last player on earth that stat pad. Trust me. Joker
right.
does not stat pad. And then they tried to bring race into it. So it just really got ugly. Like it just got to the point like, all right, bro. And that's why you said once Joker lost, I'm like, all right, that's really might be a good thing. Because usually the person who wins MVP doesn't.
They don't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, and contrary to the probably, I would like the reason of them like it seemed like the media market stuff is that it is real. Like I don't know, like it seemed like the media really wanted Tatum to get that, but they just couldn't ignore what Jokic and B were doing. Like, because I kind of was feeling like Tatum was having a year. Like Tatum was having a year, like for up until like, but everybody remember how he performed like late games and stuff in the playoffs or
Yeah,
whatever. But
man.
they really wanted Tatum to get that award. It really was supposed to be for him. They've been pushing him this whole. They got his family in the camera every interview, every game. They got Deuce on TV more than LeBron. You know what I mean? Like I just bored him, but yeah, it just seemed like they kind of that media market stuff really affected Jokic, and it wouldn't be the first time they did this because it was a stretch. What like around when we got to Okie for real, where LeBron could have won MVP every year. Like
He won
LeBron could
4
have,
to 5 years. He won
yeah,
4 to 5 years.
he should have won. Yeah, other than
He could have
Steph,
won 5 straight.
yeah, other than when Steph, you couldn't deny Steph in 2016. But other than that, LeBron could have won it every year, and they was giving it to people like I don't even. It don't matter,
Hey,
but they was just
Derrick Rose deserved his, bro.
And
yeah,
that's the gap. No, Derrick
Yeah.
Rose is a gap.
that was it.
LeBron won 2 in a row.
Yeah,
Derrick Rose won, and then LeBron won 2 in Miami. So he won 4 to 5 years. And to Us's point about these awards, and I'm feeling him on this now. I don't care no more about these MVPs,
Don't care about
Finals MVPs. I don't first team, second, third team. You know why? 100 people. Like these awards are determined by 100 people. 100 people make these votes, media members, whoever. So we're arguing about the legacy of some players about a certain awards that they don't have based on the perception of 100 people.
that still
And
have
they're
bias.
human, and they have biases just like we do. Now, Mark Jackson cleaned it up. Mark Jackson left Jokic off his MVP ballot. Said it was a mishap. So stuff like that happens. Or the year LeBron James doesn't have a defensive player of the year because he lost it to Marc Gasol that year, who didn't even make all defensive team.
Yep.
So you don't make all defensive first team. LeBron makes all defensive first team, but LeBron doesn't win a year over someone who didn't make it. But now when we have these debates about LeBron and Jordan, if you're on the Jordan side, you're going to quick to say, well, Jordan got a defensive player of the year, LeBron don't. But anybody who knows basketball knows LeBron got robbed.
Mm-hmm.
They won't bring it up though.
So
But they got to put the players in it, man. They need to add 50 players or at least
no, I don't want that.
Regardless,
Players
it's
are
biased.
think that's
Worse
more
bias too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about
Kobe Bryant has top 3 all time.
style, like the flag.
Ooh, we going bad on this.
It's just that mentality. They're not giving that respect. Or like, why you think Mike Malone is so angry after every interview? The Nuggets sweep the Lakers, and they're still talking about the Lakers. The Nuggets win game 1 against the Lakers. Everybody was, oh, well, they put Rui on Jokic. So the Lakers, Boston. That's what the NBA wants. But it's just like, it's just the respect factor, and it's where you at.
Let's talk about some of these.
In New York City.
New York City. What about New York? We breaking
New
up,
York,
bro.
I'm saying,
A lot
like,
of this is breaking up.
My bad. If Jokic was not in Denver, if he was in like LA or New York, people would have a.
Yeah, he have hella commercials.
have a choice. Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's talk about these teams that got eliminated. Let's talk about the teams and their futures. And the first team already off rip I'm going to talk about is the Boston Celtics. How do y'all feel about this team? And I know that we're breaking up right now, but how do y'all feel about the Boston Celtics as far as their future going forward? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
How do y'all feel about the Boston Celtics future? Damn, y'all can hear me again? This shit's breaking up.
This score, bro.
Yeah. How do y'all feel about the Boston Celtics, though? How do y'all feel about Boston
I mean, if you
Celtics?
can hear me, I'll start.
Go ahead.
I guess that cap is going to be a big issue, man. And despite, how Jaylen Brown played, you got to respect what he did do for your franchise. But then how do you not pay Tatum? You know what I mean? Imagine messing that up. And I think the success of Brunson and that whole issue in Dallas kind of messing with a lot of people also, because Dallas really, Dallas, they know they messed up in that situation. So now everybody don't want to be a Dallas again, but it's gonna be hard because what they got to pay him like $250,
Super.
4 years, $250 million is the supermax for him right now.
No, I do.
Yeah,
He's
so
not a
that is hard.
supermax player.
I mean, but if you in the Celtics organization, I mean, you can't justify either answer on that. You know what I mean? You might feel like he gave performances. Well, he did earn that, but then Tatum been giving it to you, but then Tatum deserved just $318 million when he constantly, absent in close games, constantly making the crucial mistake. Or does he get freed up by a good point guard? You know what I mean? When he don't gotta have the ball in his hand.
What's important to you?
Right.
If money is important to you, get that. But in the history of sports, it's not just now. This is history. When Kobe wanted that big money, you get all that money, they can't surround people around you.
Right.
So now you can max out Tatum, max out Brown because they deserved it. But now when you looking around and you ain't got no help, now you upset that now that you really not gonna win. So you're gonna have to be like the Warriors. I can guarantee you Steph Curry is underpaid for what he does.
Mm-hmm.
But Steph Curry also realizes I need Clay, I need Draymond, I need Wiggins, I need Looney. I need these players to help me out so I can win more titles. Because at the end of the day, if you win, the money gonna come. The money will come if you win.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, for another sport, Patrick Mahomes is taking deals. Guess what? He's winning. The money gonna come. Tom Brady took pay cuts for years. You think Tom Brady hurt the cash right
Nope.
You seen this Fox Sports deal? Right.
He owns what the women in Las Vegas. I think he got some stake. He owns the Raiders now, or got some stake in the Raiders now, or something like that. So it's just like what's important to y'all. And I think the owner of this conversation with players, you giving these players max money that aren't max players. And I feel like that's just a problem in general. Y'all overpaying for these players, and then they get this money. They feel like they worth more than they are, like Rudy Gobert or Tobias Harris.
Yeah, John Collins. For real, they
Yeah,
gave
like you think John Collins worth that money?
right. He not. You know what I mean? Now they want to ship him. Who's finna get that money up? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. They in a tough predicament. Who else? Another team. It's another team that got to make some moves. Like Phoenix.
Whose team? What y'all think about doing? I think Jordan Poole, y'all biggest asset.
For trade. You know what I'm saying? We have to get rid of him. And again, like I said, we know that Bob Myers is gone, right? And that was the first domino effect that's gonna happen. Your team, like you said in the chat, and as a Warrior fan that knows this, I'm a realist. I know that it's done. We probably can, miraculously, if we get something good out of the offseason, we probably can try to fight for one. But not with this Nuggets team that's still young. You know what I mean? Like this team is here for the next 5, 6 years. The Warriors team, knowing the loyalty of the team is they got to keep Clay and Draymond, and they got to ride this ship all the way out until it's done, right? My thing is keep Wiggins to keep us around, but Poole, he's going to be gone. He's going to be a trade bait for something.
But what would you like to see?
As far as my team?
Like, okay, y'all getting rid of Poole. Who do you feel like? I know you said in the chat Jaylen Brown, like, but who are you like trying to bring?
So Jaylen Brown, I just saw a meme and I sat there. My focus is you got to see the top of the Western Conference now, and who sits at the top right now, and it's that center, and you got to find some way to combat that now. So for me, this may not be an answer, but it can help. I want to go see if we could get Cat. Let's go get Cat, and he can come and play as a third option or a second option to Steph. Him,
Yeah.
he's not the all answer for Jokic, but he is there to help. The team knows how to work.
If y'all can get Cat without giving up too much, I like that because one, environment matters. Environment matters.
Yeah,
Cat, I think he shoots too many threes, but if you go to the Warriors, you're gonna get your threes.
Yeah.
So
you can't shoot too many threes and go straight.
And I think Cat gets a bad rap. In general, I mean he might be a little soft, but I think culture can help that. Hey, I like that. I think Minnesota moving off of Cat, even like to Thorne's team. I like y'all new coach. I like Quinn Snyder.
Oh yeah.
Y'all definitely do need to make some moves though. Like just in general, y'all. I don't know if Clint Capella really the.
Nah, I ain't with it either. I was really thinking of them getting Brook Lopez for real. I want them to get Brook Lopez.
He's still kicking, bro. That boy is still kicking.
Yeah, he cool too. He big, like 7'1". He get boards. He play inside, play outside. He ain't gonna.
Y'all need a star.
We need a star, but like I'm talking about, like we need a star at a wing though. Like a center, we don't gotta spend that much money on the center. But I feel like everybody's gonna talk about Ayton, but I don't think he worth what he asking for. So I ain't trying.
Did you see Ayton in the second round?
That's what I'm saying. But everybody talk about that's like the big center on the market. I think other than Cat. You know what I mean? So I think that's what a lot of people. But I would take Brook Lopez at the center, but at the wing, that's wide open. I don't know who we're gonna get, but I don't know who's gonna. Huh?
What about the Clippers? You want to talk about wings? Shouldn't they break that shit up? They need to break that shit up, bro.
If Paul George can guarantee his health, I wouldn't mind Paul George in Atlanta.
Shit.
They all in on. They got to be in on Kawhi unless Kawhi. Everybody tired of Kawhi, but I think they all in on Kawhi. I think they got to be too.
They got no choice, bro.
Because if Kawhi healthy, he might get you a ring. You don't never know. You know what I mean? Like
if he's available,
we don't know how hurt he truly is. You know what I'm saying? But like,
let's talk about the Suns. What do y'all think about the Suns? Like, what do you think the moves are for them?
They got to break that up too. They got way too much money over there. I think Chris Paul's gone.
They fucked it up, bro. I mean,
I
KD's
think
a
AD's
good
gone.
asset, but like those two players they gave up, man, I love those two, bro. Cam Johnson
Man,
and what's
they
his
eating
name?
them words now. They
Bro,
eating that
Mikal
word
Bridges,
now.
yeah, and
he's one
Mikal
of my
Bridges,
favorite
bro.
players in the
Yes,
NBA.
those are those two, man. I used to love watching that Suns team before, but of course, you're gonna have to give up to get KD. It's just tough because those two were some of my favorites to watch.
Yeah, they looking tough over there in Brooklyn now too.
Yeah, they look good.
I mean, yeah, they ain't gonna do nothing. No, they just a good team. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're a
as
good
good as they
motivated
are,
team.
they,
yeah.
they
I
have
don't know.
they're not doing nothing. I mean, as good as they are, they still got swept by the Sixers, who I don't have faith in. So
Yeah,
without Embiid, I think
yeah,
Embiid missed like a game too. So I mean, Phoenix for me, y'all got to get some depth. Y'all got a new coach. I don't think Monty Williams was the issue. I understand why y'all fired him. Um, when you lose 2 years in a row in 50-point blowout fashions, you gonna go. Suns got a
yeah,
new owner. A new owner. He didn't hire Monty Williams. I think Monty Williams' personality matters. You start hearing stuff. Monty Williams got that same issue that Mark Jackson had. You have to have some type of likability. Unfortunately, it ain't just about because he black. Like, no, if people don't like you in your workplace, it's not gonna end well. So I just think they get deeper. Phoenix don't have enough, and KD, he getting older, and he's
Yeah.
you see
not
it.
that. KD's not that dominant player. As he's still good, he's gonna get his points, but he's not. Devin Booker's the one I was worried about. I mean, that dude had the greatest 2 game stretch I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
He only
that's
missed like
still his
5
team.
shots in 2 games.
Yeah, that's
So I
still
think
his team.
Phoenix. I don't see much Phoenix making too many improvements. There's rumor they trying to get Kyrie,
Now with this
but
cap,
it's like
right?
again, like you gonna pay for Kyrie, who you gonna have to fill out your roster? And I think that's Denver. Not to keep talking about them, that's their advantage.
Yeah,
They're together. They have everybody on their team till at least next year. Jokic is there to 28. Jamal Murray is there to 26. And if they win, it's going to be like the Golden State Warriors effect. They win. They have this all-time great unselfish player. People are going to want to play with them.
Hmm. They'll take discounts for it too. That's crazy,
yeah.
man. Like,
But
yeah, let's talk
What
about let's
about
talk about Kyrie. Let's talk about
what
Kyrie.
about Portland though? Let's talk about Portland real
Oh
quick. What
yeah, let's
about
talk
Portland?
about it. Go ahead, bring it
Is,
up, Thorn.
is Dame leaving or what, man?
I
Is he
hope
is he
so.
is he, is he
I
finally
hope
over the
so.
loyalty?
I hope
I
so.
want him to leave, but
Say it again.
it depends on it. I want if Dame leaves, it only matters where he's going because I don't think he can leave and go to too many places to really be in a better situation than he is now. To be honest with you, if
Right.
he go to Philly, I don't think they have a winning culture. Don't do that. The only team I can really see him going is Miami.
Milwaukee.
I think it's Boston. I think Boston and Miami as long as Dame will go for real.
Boston, Miami, Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee too. Milwaukee, do they want to lose Drew? That's a huge piece. That's like an underrated piece you don't want to lose. You know what I'm saying? I guess for Dame you do it, but like defensively, do you take that L? I don't know.
I mean, he got cooked by Jimmy Butler. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, but he was kind of bodying them like okay. Jimmy Butler 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, they
Yeah.
gotta get rid of him. It's not because he's trash or anything. It's just man, it's up. Like you've it's
Yeah,
time. They going
Yeah,
on
if
the
you
youth movement, and it's time for him to go and try to chase the ring. And as much as Dame doesn't, personality wise, ain't like that, bro. It's time, bro. You got to go. Barry Payton was
yeah,
just like you. He was loyal to the Sonics, but at one point he's like, bro, I'm getting old. I can't be in Seattle no more. Yeah, let me go fuck with the Lakers real quick. He fumbled
yeah,
that bag and then went to Miami and got his ring. So he can retire and say, I got a ring. I know you weren't the
yeah,
best player on that team, but at the same time, it's like, dang, bro, Portland's going on the youth movement and you ain't getting no younger. You gotta go somewhere.
yeah,
You have to go somewhere. And I hope he goes somewhere, anywhere but the Lakers. That's all I care about. And speaking of the
yeah,
Lakers, let's talk about them because they fumbled the bag too. Like this is why Magic Johnson. I was watching I forgot what podcast I watched him on, and he was explaining why he left as the brains of the operation. It's because he was getting voices and people telling him how to run an organization, One, he wanted to draft De'Aaron Fox, not Lonzo Ball, right? They made him get Lonzo Ball over him. There was like a lot of other stuff. He wanted to keep Kuzma. He wanted to do a lot of things where that AD was going to end up there with the young still there. You know what I'm saying? With Brandon Ingram still there and all that. Like he had a whole plan, and like people kept forcing it down his throat. Like get AD by any means necessary. Yeah, they got a ring, but now look at them now. It's like they got swept by the Nuggets, which means what?
I mean,
They're
that's the
not.
best number one
Yeah,
seed. That's not that.
I
I don't
can't
feel
get
like
mad enough for getting swept. Like
yeah.
I said this earlier. Whoever come out the West winning the title. That's how I felt like in the playoffs. If it was the Warriors, the Lakers, the Nuggets, whoever came out the West, I had them winning the title, especially after Milwaukee went down.
Oh yeah.
The Lakers, I mean, I'm not mad what the Lakers did because they got rid of Russ. And they wouldn't have been in this position if they still had Russ and all them pieces. For them going forward, LeBron ain't getting younger. AD,
Ain't getting healthier.
he's just not. And I feel like we try to make AD like you need to be the man, you need to be the guy, bro. He might not be. That's not who he is. Probably just not who he is.
Yeah.
He might not just be a number one. He might be just a dude who wants to dominate sometimes, and it is what it is. They for sure gonna keep Austin Reeves.
Yeah, they loving him.
Well
That's
deserved
a
though. Well
guarantee.
deserved.
D'Lo, good
Huh.
luck. Good luck. Good luck,
Yeah.
D'Lo. I don't know who wants you. I don't know who gonna get you, but you played your way out of that contract.
Yeah, that defensive liability is killing them.
And Rui might be back, but other than that, bro, everybody can go.
Yeah. Yeah, they could give a lot of pieces, but
But those four pieces, those four that you brought, AD, LeBron, Austin Reeves, like came out of nowhere. Oh, I know people seen him before, but like this playoffs, he played his ass off, and he deserves a contract this year. Rui, I've been big on, and then you saw his impact, even though they got swept. How the game changed against the Nuggets when they implemented him in the starting lineup. I like the four. Other than that, yeah, you're right. They have to figure it out. I don't think Darvin Ham is that good of a coach, though. That's just me.
I think the way he deal with them dudes, I think you got to have a certain type of coach to deal with that type of team.
Yeah, I
And
get
I
what you're
think
saying.
he got that type. I think he got that type of voice in that locker room to make a difference. I feel like a lot of coaches ain't gonna really do nothing like that. Is the LeBron effect. Like every time Eric Spoelstra, like, is he a good coach? Is he not? We don't know. Was it LeBron? Was it D-Wade?
And continuity matters. I feel like people disregard continuity so much. Like togetherness, being together for years, like that matters. If y'all switching coaches, if teams are just on something, well, we're gonna switch coaches every year.
Yeah,
We don't win. It's like, bro, like look at the teams that are winning. Look at the two teams in the finals. Continuity. Eric Spoelstra been there forever. That team has been there forever. Denver's been
Malone.
together for years. They've been together for years. You have to be willing to like, okay, we gonna build. You know, you have all the time in the world, but if you're not
Yeah,
together,
that's a good point. Now imagine all
Yeah.
those superstars that bounce around in around. They don't get a ring. The first thing to me, in my eyes, the first thing you need is a culture. You can't get a culture if you get a new coach every year. You change the culture every year. Yeah, to recycle, you got to.
can't establish nothing.
Yeah, and that's the problem with a lot of teams. That's a good point.
Lakers really, their real problem is that they still reeling from not signing DeRozan when they should have. That's really
Man.
what's killing. They should have signed DeRozan when they had the chance. He wanted to go. He said he was good and all that.
they
Magic brought that
chose
up.
Westbrook.
Then they chose Westbrook.
Magic brought that up too, and I remember DeRozan bringing that up in the podcast. It's like he's like, I'll talk to the guys. They said I was going to be a Laker, and sure enough, he didn't. I was like, damn.
And bring in people that complement each other. That complement the other players' skills, not just, oh well, we got 80, we got LeBron who can't really shoot. Let's get Russ who also can't shoot. And now we upset that the lane is already clogged. And we get Patrick Beverly who can't shoot. Like, bro, like what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Bring in pieces, even because a lot of people they just go off for the name. Oh, well, he trash. Like, bro, he could probably help. Like Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon, he's not a number one option player like they tried to make him in Orlando. But hey, you playing with Jokic now. We just need you to play defense.
He's a third
Everybody
option
else on our
now.
team can shoot. Everybody else on our team can shoot. The option level, and I'll talk about this a lot. What option are you on the team? That matters. everybody is not meant to be a number one option. Some people are better being a 2 option or 3 option. Some people just how it is. So now that Aaron Gordon doesn't have to worry about scoring, all Browns got to play defense. So Michael Porter Jr., all he has to do is worry about shooting, which he has the highest release I've ever seen in any player in my life.
6'10", baby.
Like, what the hell? Like, but it's things that fit. It's like even with the Warriors, people, Draymond's trash. No, he fits with that. His skills complement Stephen Clay.
Exactly. You may not compliment somewhere else, but in the Warriors system,
that's why, like, sometimes with even with your team, Thorne, it's like, okay, Javante Murray and Trae Young.
Yeah.
Maybe they do the same things. Trae Young is one of the better passers in the league. So maybe he can somebody on your team that can really just catch and shoot.
Yeah.
That's their thing. They can really. Yeah, you see what Hurd is doing in Sacramento.
Yeah. There's another team coming up now.
Sacramento, I think
that's a good point.
Sabonis needs to work on stuff. Mike Brown, people forget Mike Brown is a championship coach. I mean, he's been on the Warriors staff. He took LeBron to the finals. People don't even know Mike Malone. Mike Brown hired Mike Malone in Cleveland. Mike Malone used to be with LeBron.
Yep.
He used to be with the Warriors.
His dad used to be a coach. His dad used to be a coach. Steve Kerr, Bulls, Spurs. You know, you're building these Spoelstra. But when you just getting these coaches off, we're gonna just trust Steve Nash, you never coached. Or we just gonna hire these like, all right, bro, like you just hiring people.
Yeah, I hope with Atlanta, I hope that I'm glad Quinn Snyder get a full offseason to kind of really get his stuff in. I'm glad they hired him when they did, though. I was kind of thinking like it was a little soon, but it was. I'm glad now I see it. Now he got a full offseason to kind of implement what he's trying to do. It seemed like it can help. I hope they get Trae moving off the ball more. I think that, and then we need another piece, man. We need another piece, but. I don't know.
Y'all put me on the spot for my team. What is like the one that you think will show over the top? Because I don't know the free agent market right now, so I don't know who's like available. I don't have it in front of me.
I don't know what teams are.
It's not great.
Yeah, I don't know what teams are willing to spend and what they can spend and what they can give up, what they want to give up.
This new CBA is messing. It's gonna mess up a lot of stuff. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, you can. Like I feel like
what about it?
Be able to keep players like
with this new like for example with this new CBA, y'all like under them rules, y'all wouldn't have been able to get KD. I don't think y'all would even be able to get Wiggins. Like it's just how it's just they sick of the super team, I guess. I mean, which is I think is better for the sport. Yeah. Like develop your players, develop players. Like actually see how you can do what you do. And everybody not gonna be perfect. The Warriors ain't perfect. Wiseman look like a dud. I mean, so
yeah, you'll never know. Is Zion the biggest bust we ever seen? We don't know. I mean, I guess so. At this moment, it's hard to say that because when he playing, he averaged a 28 and 10, right? Some wild numbers like that. But like, you just don't see him.
Stay healthy.
Yeah, you don't see him out there for him to prove otherwise. You know what I mean? So
hey, speaking of bust, and this is before we cut it loose. Let's talk about this draft coming up. This Wemby kid, right? I remember, what is that light-skinned dude's name? Chris Broussard brought up. He said if he ends up like a mid-round type of player, it's a bust. And he named players, but I forgot who it was. He goes, I'm expecting a Kareem.
I'm expecting KD.
Yeah,
KD.
I'm expecting a LeBron career, a Jordan career, a Kareem career out of this. Otherwise, it's a bust. How do you feel about Wemby coming in? Oh, but he's going into a really good situation as well.
I mean, I don't know what they expect. I mean, I just don't think he got I don't think they got no pieces around him to like, unless they can. They got a lot of picks, but I mean, I don't know what they can put around him right now. Like, and I don't even know if you can really, like, from watching him play, it don't seem like you can really make him your primary like initiator. Like, you can, but like, you can't put him in the post because he's gonna get baby. You can't, like, his ball handling is cool, but like what kind of defender is he really going against? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he doing that with Derek White on him? Is he doing that with these high upper? I don't know if Derek White like a top tier perimeter defender. You could say that or not, but is he got top tier NBA defenders on him right now? Of course not. So it's like, can he do all that dribbling? Can he get all that space on the perimeter? Can he get to the lane like that? I don't know, man. And then what Jokic? What he gonna do when Jokic put that back on him, man? He ain't gonna get that rebound. I don't care how tall he is. Look, Giannis, he not gonna bully Giannis. He not gonna bully even Embiid soft ass. He not gonna bully him. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, he gonna stretch the floor. They probably he gonna be a 7'5" forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what's sad. Like,
yeah, I think the media is a gift and a curse. I think these narratives, like I said, I hate narratives. And this is a narrative that Chris Broussard or other people, bro, let's say he ends up like KD, who most people have as a top 15, 20 player all time. You gonna call that a bust?
No, that's
saying.
that's
what I'm saying.
That makes no sense. And then it's like, expectations. Michael Jordan got drafted. If you're getting drafted this high, it's a reason. That means the team sucked.
Right.
And you need players. Michael Jordan went to the Bulls. They sucked until he got Scottie Pippen. LeBron James went to Cleveland. They sucked. That's why he left.
Yeah.
But then on the opposite spectrum, but he's 7'5", so you have to go. You can't pass up on that.
Yeah,
you just have to take him number one. So you have to take him number one. But then someone like I keep bringing him up, Joker has the luxury. If Joker would end up being trash, no one would care because he was drafted 41st overall.
I was a second round.
So he has that. Yeah, I was a second rounder, so nobody has expectations. But now this dude, now we're going to be looking at him, even though the Spurs suck.
Yeah.
And if they don't win, now everybody win the social media era, and we got Instagram, all this stuff, instant gratification. Everybody wants to have their opinion, and they're going to sit there and say, well, Buddy trash. If he comes out first year, only averages 10, 12 points a game or whatever it is. So I just, under the mindset, I just want to see him play. I have no real expectations for him just because he's a number one pick. Because situation matters so much. Steph Curry might not be the Steph Curry we fully see if the New York Knicks would have drafted him.
Right.
Because their organization is trash. And he might have been still a great shooter, but he might not have the people around him to elevate him.
Yeah. I see that.
So
I can't wait for this Summer League. That's what I can't wait. I hope he plays too. That's why I want to see him play.
I feel like he's not.
No, he's gonna play. It's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be the biggest Summer League.
I feel like Chet Holmgren gonna end up getting Rookie of the Year on some sneak stuff too.
On some cheat shit because he
another. And speaking of Chet, people need to watch out for OKC.
Yeah, they got a team, man. They
got more draft picks than NBA teams.
Yeah.
And they like. I'm really just on SGA.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites to watch.
He showed you could be MVP candidate if your team got a winning record. You know what I'm saying? He might have been. He might have had a chance to be number 3 in the voting if OKC wasn't OKC.
He's first. He made first team All NBA over Curry.
Right, yeah, and that's.
As a Warriors fan, I'm not hating. It's nice.
And it's deserved. Like it's and nobody's saying like, oh, SGA didn't deserve it. Like, he deserved it.
Yes, he did.
So and then they got Josh Giddey over there. They have a special team and they better do it through the draft because again, it's OKC.
Nobody want to go there. Nobody want to go there.
No. So you better develop your players. Just with these smaller market teams, that's what you got to do. Because the NBA players only like going to like 5 locations.
Yeah.
In free agency, that is. They don't go to the Minnesotas like they just don't do it.
Yeah.
So you talked about
LA, they're going to Cali and Florida.
So before I end it, you talked about what's good for the game as far as no super teams. Do you think it's going to dilute adding 2 more teams? Seattle and Las Vegas was announced that they're going to have a pro team soon. Do you guys think that adding 2 more teams to already, I feel like they're already stopping these super teams right now. Do you think adding 2 more teams. You got to understand. The last time they did this with the podcast, this is the only reason why I know. When you do an expansion, the franchise can only hold, I believe, 8 players, and everyone else is up for grabs. You can only hold 8 players, and then the expansion team can use the rest of those people to draft. So those 2 teams will draft. How do y'all feel about that? Because that's tough. That's tough for teams that are contenders to miss a lot of those back end, role players on their bench.
Yeah, it's tough, and it's tough that it got to be Vegas and Seattle because, like, Vegas gonna come in and immediately be a top medium market team. Everybody gonna want to be in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna want to play around that. So it's like your big names might be in Vegas. You might catch a LeBron and Bronny in Vegas. You know what I mean? You never know. You know what I'm saying? Like, just cause they got to get the league want the numbers. Everybody want to be in Vegas. It could be some wild stuff like that. You never know. You know what I mean? But yeah, it does suck. But it happens like in every other league, though.
I'm interested more so. You add these 2 teams. They're West Coast teams.
Yeah, who's moving?
Does that mean Minnesota and Memphis going to the East?
Which should,
as they should.
Geographically
Minnesota
speaking,
should be in that. Minnesota, I've never understood why they're a West Coast team.
They're supposed to be central.
Minnesota is
San
East, is
Antonio.
like middle. They're like Chicago.
Yeah.
Like, why are y'all in the West?
I mean,
Memphis.
New Orleans even more so. Yeah,
Memphis.
Tennessee.
Even Memphis. Why are you in the West?
Right. Yeah.
So that can even change. You move Memphis to the East. I mean, we ain't like the whole John Morant situation. I mean, we can that Adam Silver already said, listen, I'm gonna wait till after the finals to give you your punishment.
Yeah. What you think happened? You think they caught him trapping? Yeah, it's gonna be wild, man.
I think he need to figure life out. He need to do something. Of course, what he did is not illegal, but it's just idiotic to say the least.
I'm kind of wondering, like,
I'm not that high on players like Ja anyway, because I feel like if your athletic ability surpasses your skills and all this other stuff, eventually, once that go away, we're gonna see what you really are. So I just,
yeah, they might feel like they better off with Jones anyway.
But as far as the game goes and what's good for it, I think as us as American players, a lot of them got to take the game more serious. Because if y'all keep playing around, the NBA is going to be a European league.
Yeah.
Look at the last 5 MVPs.
Not American.
Yep. Not American.
Watch
Look at the best
games.
player. Look at the best players in the NBA.
Yeah. Mostly
European. And the ones that are the Steph Currys and the LeBron James, you can see they have something special in them. It's not about money for them. They legit care about the game. They can put that work in. It's not about, I'm just getting paid and I'm doing all this other stuff. And that's my issue with like players like, Jimmy Butler, I know he worked hard, but like you trademarking Hemi Butler, like Hemi, like you him.
Yeah, you got a finals game to go play.
Like you never did nothing, to be honest. And it's like players want all the glory and all the stuff like that. As American players, bro, like you ain't won nothing, you ain't did nothing. But you want shoe deals before you even enter the league and all this other stuff. And like these European players, owners gonna see that loud. These dudes don't care about none of that other stuff. They don't care about that goofy stuff. They don't care about the shoe deals, the social media, or like just think about it. Giannis ain't on the internet like that. Jokic ain't on the internet like that. And being used to troll, but like Steph Curry, he not on the news and the internet like that.
Yeah.
It's just and as your leader, you have to have that. Like it can't just be about the bag and the highlight reels.
Yeah, family man,
and shooting threes all day, and that's my thing. Like I joke and say Steph Curry ruined the game of basketball because him and Clay can do that. You other suckers like stop shooting threes, Boston. That's why y'all lost.
Right.
Y'all shot threes no matter. Jason Tatum, as good as you are, there's no reason you should be shooting 9 or 10 threes in any game. Why y'all judging what that mean? And I think that part of the game needs to kind of go away. I know analytics and all this stuff is saying threes are more than two, but like, bro, like if y'all not efficient at it, then
Right.
what are we?
Man, look,
I want to see real basketball.
I really wish because Thorne's in the chat with me on the Facebook chat. Really wish one out of the three Miami Heat fans were on here because they get on me all the time. And Thorne doesn't agree with this too, but that's going to be another discussion because I'm about to cut it loose. But yeah, I just can't wait. I'm gonna try to get these boys ready to go because sometime this week I want to bring this up again. That top to 5 to 7 players. I keep telling these guys that they don't like that. But I want to bring it up and walk. You're not in this chat that we're in because you don't have Facebook. But
Top to 5-7 what?
what do we always say? Win it all.
You gotta have one of them to win a.
You have to
win a
have
title.
you have to have him to win it all. Top 5 to 7 superstar, and they're trying to squeeze Jimmy Butler into that 5 to 7 role, and it's a whole different debate. Like I said, I want them here. I was trying to get one of them today, so we had brought that up. But look, I need to get I need to get this NBA stuff spicy again because we get this talking right now and nobody argued is boring. I need some spice in it, so I'm gonna bring my boy in this because you don't get to see it a lot, but these guys they go ham. They love the NBA Heat and as they should. I love the Warriors till I die too.
He fans are delusional. They
Yeah.
the most. They the new Lakers fans to me. The delusion is real. The delusion is real. Like I just don't. I'm sorry. I've seen Jimmy Butler a lot of years.
Chicago Bulls.
He played in. He's a great player. He's good. Even if they mess around and win the title, it don't change. Because if I'm right 98% of the time, I'm gonna still stick with that. Like he'll be the biggest if the Heat won this title some way, it'll be the greatest upset in NBA history.
Yeah,
in sports history.
they said his ring would be weighed more than 2011 Dirk Nowitzki's, which is highly praised. If they say that, it makes sense. Like if he does get that, yeah, that ring is good.
But
I mean,
Heat fans know what it is. Heat fans know what it is. And like I said earlier, if I ask any Heat fan, hey, what you got Jimmy Butler right now in the NBA? They always go back to say, well, he top 5. Playoff Jimmy is top 5. Yeah, you always got to put the playoff Jimmy. No, as a player. Because ain't no hate. It's no hate. Jimmy Butler's a good player, bro. And Thorne, you would appreciate this. I don't even like Trae Young. Trae Young is better than Jimmy Butler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's keep it a bean.
Yeah, in every way. You know what I mean? Doing everything the same way. Conference finals, all that same thing.
Like, I don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring them to the table. I'm gonna put this chat on there like, hey, look, I threw a little spiciness at the end. I need y'all to prepare for this next one.
Did your homeboy pick the Heat to beat the Nuggets?
Yes, bro. They're all picking all 3 Miami Heat fans are picking them to beat the Nuggets. Yes,
and because I got a friend that's a Miami Heat fan. He picked the Heat in 6, and I lost it. So I need to. I just want you Heat fans to keep that. And I told him, keep that same energy when y'all lose. And when y'all do lose, do not say, "Oh, we weren't supposed to be there." I don't want to hear none of that. I'm giving y'all the same treatment as I would anybody else that made the final. I don't care about y'all was supposed to be. I don't want to hear y'all was the AFC. I don't want to hear Matt Strus, Gabe Vincent, all undrafted. I don't want to hear none of that. Y'all say Jimmy Butler making Jimmy Butler t-shirts, he got it trademarked. Jimmy Butler out here is this guy. Okay, he's that guy. I'm giving him the same LeBron, Steph Curry, KD, Tatum, Booker treatment. I'm putting him in that category.
Yeah.
Just for the time being.
for playoffs. Man, look, it was good discussion. Like, comment, subscribe to Someplace, to the Pro Hop. Hey, Thorne, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'm gonna try to spice this up in the chat real quick. All right, I'm gonna see y'all later.